part of the community events that part of the program of University of Michigan. And from the Stern's collections that they are inviting folks from Taiwan of the National Chinese Orchestra of Taiwan for all the events that we are going to be doing for residency.
TI is a local organization here in Michigan that works to raise the profile of Taiwanese culture and encouraging members of the local community to engage and learn more about Taiwan and Taiwanese culture. And the National Chinese Orchestra of Taiwan is one of the finest traditional Chinese music orchestras in the world.
One of the best things that we think that Ann Arbor has to offer is that we all incorporate and accept other cultures from our hearts. So we think this is the best way to introduce them by bringing them over here to show the audience here.
Ann Arbor District Library wants to make sure that everyone in the community can see themselves in their library, no matter what culture they come from, no matter what part of the world they come from, no matter what they're interested in or what they like to do. So partnerships like this one with MITAI really help us reach the Taiwanese audience, the audience that's interested in Chinese music and Chinese culture, and getting them all involved here at the library so that everyone can see themselves in library programming.
Hello? There we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Ann Arbor District Library's Introduction to Taiwanese Classical Music. Your host today was supposed to be Emily Howard, but she is sick, so I am stepping in. My name is Rena. I'm here to help host. And welcome, and thank you for coming out. We are delighted to welcome you to the opening event with the National Chinese Orchestra Taiwan, an exciting 4-day residency sponsored by the Stearns Collection of Music Instruments and the Michigan Taiwanese American Association organization, along with the UM Lieberthal Rogel Center for Chinese Studies and university partners, the Center for World Performance Studies, and the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Many people have been a vital part to this project, and we'd like to extend a special thanks to Professor Joseph Gasho, Director of the Stearns Collection, Dr. Teresa Chang, President of the Michigan Taiwanese Organization, and Professor An Chi-Lin, Director of the Center for Chinese Studies. Their efforts make events like these possible. You'll want to come up to as many of these music events that you can, as the world-class instrumentalists will offer you an outstanding introduction to the world of Taiwanese and traditional Chinese music. Just to highlight a few of the events, there is a reception and roundtable on Monday at Weiser Hall on the university campus, 2 more public lectures, and the best part, a gala performance at Hill Auditorium on Wednesday evening at 7:30. All are free and open to the public. There is a flyer that outlines all of these events. You can pick them up. The residency is also the cornerstone to the Festival of Asian Music, the first ever 4-month Festival of Asian Music with over 20 events scheduled throughout the fall. To introduce our musicians and the afternoon program, I welcome Dr. Chang to the podium.
If I can just manage this mic correctly. I thought I don't have to turn it on and off, but hopefully you could all hear me, right? Good afternoon. All right. I didn't hear the message. Good afternoon. Oh, that's better. Thank you so very much today to be here today. Zarina has introduced so many things that's been happening through the residency of NCO. We abbreviate as National Chinese Orchestra Taiwan, as NCO, so it's easier for us to say as so many jargons to say. But we thank you for everybody to be here. I'd like to introduce a few important folks down here that making this event possible. That Carol Stempachuk here, and representative right here. Maybe you want to stand up? Folks want to know you. And also Katie Sucha. And both of them have working on behalf of University of Michigan in collaboration with the MITA here. So we want to thank you for such a great effort working with us. Without further ado, we also have our Director Chai from Chicago, from our overseas community affairs. That we want to have him to give us a few greetings here, and thank him for driving all the way to here. There you go.
Thank you, President of Michigan Taiwanese American Organization, President Teresa Zhang. I am Director of Cultural Center of Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Chicago. First of all, on behalf of our Director General, Dennis Lay, he has another event in Chicago, so he cannot come here, but he would like to ask me to express his thanks and greeting to President Teresa Zhang and all of our friends in Michigan. And this is today National Chinese Orchestra of Taiwan. It's actually the best traditional Chinese orchestra I think not only in Taiwan, maybe in the world. Yeah, because traditional Chinese instrument is original from China, but it's innovated and improved in Taiwan. So we hope can enjoy the performance today and on October 4th. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Chai. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our concertmaster, Zhenlin Chai. I'm sorry, Zhenlin Liu. See, I'm a little bit head jet lag. Here you go. And we will go through all the music instruments explanations a little bit. And I have a translator, Zhongyu Zheng, over here. In a few minutes, that she will do all the translation for all of our musicians, talks. And the second one I would like to introduce is Shen performers, Qimi Chen, Chen Qimi, there you go. And our Minghui, Lin Minghui, Yang Qin performers. And then I'll go next with Yating, Xu Yating for Gehu. And next but not the least is Yifang, Wu Yifang for Ehu. Without further ado, I think that I'm going to give the mic started right away for Zhenlin.
大家好，我是台湾国乐团乐团首席刘真玲。然后，我今天要跟大家介绍的是笛子。
Hi, hi guys. My name is T.Y. Chang, and me and my dad here, we're both from the Ann Arbor Chinese Music Ensemble, and today we're going to do our best to provide some translations for you guys. So yeah, our concert master here, she said that this is the Chinese instrument 笛子, and yeah, there's two types, 梆笛 and 曲笛。
笛子是中国传统乐器之一，因为是竹子制造，所以又称为竹笛。
Yeah, so the 笛子 is one of the many types of musical instruments in Chinese music, and because it's made of bamboo, in Chinese they call it the bamboo flute.
最早发现的笛子距今7000多年前。
So the earliest record of the 笛子 is from 7,000 years ago.
笛子随着调性的不同，从短到长分为小笛、梆笛、曲笛跟大笛。
Yeah, so based on the varying lengths of the 笛子, as you can see there, there's 4 types. And so 小笛 is the small flute, and
梆笛
is the next one,
曲笛
and 曲笛 is the third longest,
big 笛大笛。
and then 大笛 is the longest out of all the 4 of them.
笛子是由一支竹子构成的，它的气息是经由吹孔引起空气柱的震动而发音。
So the 笛子 is made out of one bamboo pipe, and it has a membrane on there, and when you blow in, the membrane vibrates, which is what causes the sound to come out.
笛子的音色层次多样，独奏跟合奏都很有特色，表现力也十分丰富。
So the 笛子 has a very unique sound, so it can play like solo performances and also be part of like an ensemble, and it always sounds great.
那吹奏的方式其实跟长笛是一样的，但是它在音色上有很大的差异。
So the way you play the instrument is similar to the Western flute, but the sound quality is very different.
笛子的特色是在其中一个孔上面有一个贴笛膜的膜孔。
Yeah, so as you can see on there, there's lots of holes on the 笛子, and there's one right there. It has a membrane over it.
对，它就是贴上图片上面看到的，这个是芦苇膜，我们就是从芦苇的内径之中去采集的一层薄膜，然后剪下来贴上去。
Okay, so that membrane is made out of like a biological gel of some sort from this plant over here.
它随着空气的震动，就会产生较明亮的声音。
Yeah, so the membrane, as we said earlier, when you blow into it, it vibrates, which is what causes the sound of the flute to come out.
那一般传统的竹笛又分为梆笛跟曲笛两种。
So you can classify the flute into 2 different types, which is what we mentioned earlier, bang di and chu di.
邦迪的笛声比较短，发音高亢而且尖锐。
So the bang di is a little bit shorter, and it produces like a brighter and higher sound.
它比较常演奏活泼轻快的曲子。
So it's more commonly used to perform brighter and more like happy pieces.
它擅长使用的技巧包括了吐音。
So you can play it by playing staccato.
这是吐音，然后滑音。
So as you can see, those notes are slurred.
然后丽音。
I would say those are like kind of like grace notes a little bit.
格丽斯。
Oh, gliss.
Gliss,
My bad, guys. Gliss.
然后还有花舌。
And that is a trill.
这个花舌就是我们会拿来模仿鸡叫的声音。
Yeah, so the trill that she just did over there is commonly used to mimic like chicken sounds.
那主要这些技术呢，是流行于中国北方的音乐。
So these techniques, they come from mostly northern parts of China. They're like techniques.
那我先示范一次中国北方音乐刚刚所有的技巧的一个片段。
Yeah, so now our concert master is going to play a piece for us that showcases all the techniques.
谢谢谢谢。那我接下来介绍这个曲笛。这个曲笛它的笛声比邦笛又粗，而且还要再更长。
So next, she's going to introduce the chu di. It's the longer one.
音色柔和明亮。
So this flute has more of like a warm sound.
擅长使用的技巧是颤音。trill。
Yeah, that's another type of trill.
叠音。
Those are grace notes.
赠音，赠送的音。
That's a type of decoration that I'm not sure what it's called.
还有打音。打音。
Hit notes, I guess.
那适合表现抒情优美的乐曲，流行于中国的南方各地。
So this type of flute mostly comes from the southern part of China.
好，那我现在也来演奏一首，不是一首，演奏一个小片段。
Yeah, and now she's going to play an excerpt that showcases the chu di.
各位观众大家好，我是台湾国乐团的升首席陈其密。
Okay, so this is our first chair player, Chimmy Chen, and he plays the shang.
我今天要介绍的乐器是笙。
He's going to be introducing the shang.
OK， 笙呢是中华文化具有历史悠久的簧管乐器之一。
So the shang is one of the instruments in all of the Chinese instruments that has the longest history.
至今已经有3000多年的历史。
It has around 3,000 years of history.
OK， 所以它是世界上所有自由簧的乐器的鼻祖。
So all of the reed instruments that you guys play now, you can probably trace it back to the shang.
好，那我这边介绍一下所谓的自由簧，就是请大家看一下这个第二张图片。
The second image here,
它中间有一个么字形。
there's like a little, if you can see closely, it's like kind of looks like a door, like this.
然后它特别的是，笙这个乐器，它是透过吹气的时候，然后它的么字形就会往下震动发音。
So the way you play the shang is that when you blow into the instrument, the second picture there, those are the reeds, and there's kind of like a door-shaped cutout in the middle of it. And when you blow into the instrument, the door-shaped part kind of like bends forward.
所以吸气的时候是往上震动发音。
And then the other way you can play the instrument is by sucking inwards, and then like the door-shaped piece of metal or part of the reed comes back backwards.
所以它是全世界唯一一个可以吹气跟吸气都同一个音的乐器。
So it's the only instrument in the world that you can play it by both blowing out and breathing in.
好，那有关于笙最早的历史。
So for the history of the shang,
是河南殷墟出土的殷代甲骨文。
so the earliest recorded finding of the shang is they found it in the ruins on a piece of bone.
但是当时笙的这个名字不叫笙，它叫做和。
Yeah, so at the time, this instrument wasn't called the shang, it was called the he.
Yeah， 所以呢，笙这个乐器，它在国乐团里面其实它是属于高音乐器。
So in the Chinese orchestra, the shang is considered one of the higher instruments.
那它非常擅长演奏优美的旋律。
It's very versatile. It has all these notes. So yeah.
它除了演奏单音，它还可以演奏和声。
So not only can the shang play like single notes at a time, it can also play chords.
那我先用一个很简单的曲调，让观众听听看所谓的单音跟和声。
Yeah, so he's going to play a little excerpt where you can see the single notes and all the chords.
那那我刚刚其实示范的这个乐器，就是因应现代国乐所发明的高音笙。
So the instrument that he just showcased is the modernized version of the sheng that is played in Chinese orchestras.
那这个乐器它总共有38个音。
It has, that instrument right there has 38 notes.
然后超过3个8度。
And over 3 octaves.
最后我为大家带来一首《望春风》。
Yeah, and he's going to play another song for you guys.
好，大家好，我是台湾国乐团的二胡首席吴一芳。
Oh, okay. She is the first chair of the erhu in NCO.
今天要为大家介绍的乐器是胡琴。
She's going to introduce the erhu for you guys today.
胡琴呢是属于国乐团中的拉弦乐器。
Yeah, huqin is the string part in the modern orchestra, Chinese orchestra.
好，胡琴有分为3种，
There are 3 different kinds of huqin.
分别为二胡，也就是我手上这个叫做二胡，
This is the erhu.
还有高胡。
There's a soprano erhu.
高胡是音调比二胡还要高的高胡，
Yeah, there's a higher pitch for erhu version that calls soprano erhu.
还有中胡。
Zhonghu is a metal erhu. It's a little lower pitch, right? Yeah.
好，那二胡的材质是由木头以及蛇皮组成。
Also, so the material made of erhu is made of wood, and you can see the skin cover the box over there. The snake skin, sorry.
然后弓是竹子以及公马尾的毛所做成的。
So the bow is made of horsehair and the bamboo sticks.
好，再来，二胡的发音是通过弓毛和琴弦的摩擦。
Okay, so the sound making is coming from the vibration of the hair with the string.
引起琴弦的震动，
Yeah, so causing the vibration.
再通过琴筒的共鸣而实现的。
So between the vibration, kind of causing the resonance with the skin and the string.
好，先给大家听看看二胡的音色。
Oh, she's going to present.
二胡的音色优美，它能做出不同幅度的力度变化和非常细致的音色变化。
erhu is a very beautiful instrument, and the sound is warm and pretty. They can mimic different kind of effect for the erhu presentation.
除了演奏乐音之外，还可以模仿动物的声音，
They can make music and also mimicking a lot of animal sounds,
像是鸟鸣声。
like a bird.
以及马蹄声。
马蹄，马叫还是马蹄？
马
哦，马蹄，马叫对不对？哦，OK， 哦，and also mimicking the horse running.
然后最后为大家带来一首二胡的名曲《赛马》。
Okay, horse racing is very famous erhu music. Thank you.
各位观众大家好，我是台湾国乐团的歌胡首席徐雅婷。
Okay, this is Xu Yating. She is the first chair Gehu player in the Chinese orchestra.
大家看到我的乐器，第一句话都是好特别哦。
Yeah, so the first thing everyone sees when they see the instrument is, wow, it's so unique.
其实这个在台湾也非常的稀有，因为这个乐器只有全世界只有2个乐团使用，一个是我们乐团，第二个是香港的一个国乐团。
So this instrument is very unique because out of all of the orchestras in the whole world, including all the Chinese orchestras, only 2 of them actually use this instrument. The first one is this orchestra here, and the other one is one in Hong Kong.
那其他国乐团是使用大提琴。
And all the other Chinese orchestras use the cello instead.
那这个乐器的产生，就是为了想要制造一个低音的国乐器。
So the reason this instrument was made was because they wanted to create like a bass for the Chinese orchestra.
那这个乐器是在1950年产生的，所以跟前几个7000年跟几千年的乐器比起来，我们是非常年轻。
Yeah, so this instrument here was actually created in 1950. So compared to the rest of those instruments with thousands of years of history, this one is very new.
那这个乐器的制作方式是参考了二胡以及马头琴跟西方的提琴，取它的其中的优点来制作的。
So the way that this instrument was made was they looked at the erhu right there, and also all the string instruments in Western music, and they kind of took all the pros and made this instrument.
那一开始，因为二胡的皮旁边的皮是蟒蛇皮，那我们一开始的皮旁边其实也是用蟒蛇皮制作。
So at first, as you can see on the erhu, they use kind of like a snake skin. And so at first on the gehu, they use the same kind of material for the film on the side there.
但后来因为要保护动物的关系，我们改成了这个PET 的聚酯皮膜。
So later on, because they wanted to protect animals and it's a lot more environmentally friendly, they decided to change the snake skin and instead use like a polymer film on the side of the instrument.
那我们乐团引进的就是这款歌胡，那我们称它为环保歌胡。
So this is the gehu that they use for this orchestra, and they call it the environmentally friendly gehu.
那最多人问的问题就是它跟大提琴到底有什么差别？
So the most commonly asked question is, so what is the difference between this gehu here and the cello?
我自己本身有试过用大提琴跟二胡合奏，也用歌胡跟二胡演奏，那发现差别是大提琴共鸣很长，所以我轻轻拉就盖过二胡的声音了。
So they've tried using the gehu and also the cello, but they found that even when you just lightly stroke the cello, it's very vibrant and it has like a lot of rings, so it just covers over the erhu, and so that they decided that the gehu has a like better sound control.
那也因为制作原理跟发声原理是跟二胡一样的，所以我们的声音比较相同，所以这样合奏起来是比较容易的。
So because the way that these 2 instruments are made and their structure is a little bit more similar, so they sound better together.
那还有它里面的木头呢，是使用跟弹拨乐一样的木头，所以声音也跟弹拨乐非常的融合。
Yeah, so in Chinese music, over here you can see there are some instruments, and the way you play these is you pluck them or you strum them, kind of like a guitar, and the wood that is used for the gehu there is the same as this type of wood.
那跟大提琴一样的地方，就是在于4条弦的音是一样的。
So the way that this instrument is similar to the Western cello is that the 4 strings there are the same. The pitches are the same, so C, G, D, A.
Yeah, C, G, D, A. And 那个还有那个弓也一样。
And yeah, the bow that they use is also the same.
对，然后最大的不一样其实是演奏姿势的差别。
So the biggest difference between the two instruments is the way that you position yourself when you're playing it.
在夹革胡的时候呢，脚不能碰到这个皮，因为会影响它的共鸣。
So if you know like the Western instrument, the cello, usually like your thighs are kind of gripped around the instrument. But for this one, because there's the membrane on the side and that kind of dictates the way the instrument sounds, you can't have anything touching it. So that's the biggest difference.
然后我们是靠在椅子上演奏的，把乐器放在椅子上演奏的。
So the way the instrument is laid out when you're playing it is that the instrument kind of rests on the chair.
那也因为这样，所以角度不一样，所以它其实跟大提琴有很大的演奏起来是非常不一样的。
Yeah, so because the angles that you play the instrument on are different, the way you play the instrument, it just feels really different from playing the cello.
那我跟大家演奏几个革胡常用的几个技巧。第一个技巧是泛音。
So they're going to play the gehu for us and showcase some techniques.
"大家好，我是台湾国乐团扬琴首席李明慧。
So this is our first chair on the yangqing in the Chinese orchestra. And she's at the far left, or far right.
扬琴是一个世界都有的乐器，它起源于波斯阿拉伯。
Sorry. So this is the yangqing, and it can be found across several different cultures, but it originated in the Middle East.
它在阿拉伯呢，当地叫做沙图尔。
So in Arabic, it's called satur.
这个乐器慢慢逐渐发展到欧洲。
So this instrument was slowly developed, and it kind of moved over to the West.
北美洲、大洋洲。
So you can find it in Europe and North America.
在
and the Pacific.
在明末清初的时候，它从中国南部沿海进入东方。
So
Again, sorry.
它在明末清初，
It's
明
around
朝。
It's around 700. 1700.
明朝后那个
Ming
末
Dynasty,
期，然
the end of Ming
对
Dynasty.
到那个清朝，
In the beginning of Qing Dynasty.
从中国南边的海岸进入。
Just imported from the south coast of the China, southeast.
Sorry, guys. My history and geography in Chinese is not very good.
桑图尔在各国慢慢被各国的音乐家改良。
So this instrument was traveled to several different countries, and it's been modified by the people in each country.
在各国都有它们不同的名称，有德西玛。
So there's several different names for it depending on which country you're seeing it in, and one of them is the dulcimer.
辛巴隆，辛巴隆，然后海克布里跟萨特瑞，然后在中国就叫做扬琴。
Yeah. So there's several different names for it in all the different countries that you can find it in, but in China it's called the yangqin.
中国扬琴跟西方扬琴在演奏技巧最不同的地方是在击弦的工具材质。
So the biggest difference between the Western yangqin and the Chinese yangqin is the tools that you play it with.
因为中国它产竹子，所以扬琴是使用竹子这个材质作为击弦工具。
So because in China there's lots of bamboo, the mallets that you play the yangqin with is made of bamboo.
那其他国家，西方国家则是用木头当做击弦工具。
Yeah, so in all the Western countries, you would typically use wood to make the mallets.
因为那个竹子比较有韧性，它比较有弹性，所以它可以制造出很多技巧。
So because bamboo is more like elastic and it bounces back, you can do a lot of cool techniques with it.
它有一个技巧比较特别，叫做颤音，就是发抖，它会感觉那个音会有发抖的快速音。
Yeah, so one of the really unique techniques that you can play with the bamboo sticks, since they're so bouncy, is that you can play the tremolo.
我示范给大家听哈，这是单音，就是一般的击弦。
So that is just like the single notes that you would play on the yangqin.
那颤音会变这样。
So I don't know if you guys can see it, but from over here I can see that she's like hitting and then releasing and letting it like bounce a little bit, and that's how they play the tremolo.
然后另外扬琴也有反足，就是反过来敲，声音会比较清脆。
So another thing you can do with the mallets is on one side of the mallets there's like a rubber covering, and then the other side is just the bamboo. And typically you play it on the side with the rubber covering, so it sounds more muted. But if you turn it around, it gives like a brighter sound if you hit with the bamboo part.
也可以用后面去拨弦。
So on the other end of the mallet, there's kind of like a pick, and you can play like, you can pick the yangqin.
那扬琴比较擅长的是快速音型。
So a really good thing that you can play on the yangqin is like fast-paced pieces.
我现在为大家演奏一首乐曲。
Yeah, and she's going to play an excerpt for us now.
那我们最后为大家带来一首《花好月圆》，祝大家中秋节快乐。
So they're going to play one last piece for you guys and wish you guys a happy Mid-Autumn Festival.
Well, thank you very much. If you enjoyed today's little talk here, I would want you to come to the gala on October 4th. That's at the Hill Auditorium. If you've ever been there, you know how the sound system is. There's a couple songs that we played today, the beginning and the end, also going to repeat there, so you can all compare the differences, the soundtracks. But also want to remind you that for tomorrow at 4:30, we have a welcome receptions and a roundtable discussion at Weiser Hall, at 10th floor. And that's very important that if you are interested to talk to our musicians and learn more about it, that's a great time to join us besides the gala performance. With that being said, I would like to welcome Director Eli Neuberger. If you would like to come to the front here, I don't want to fall. And Director Eli, would you like to say in the middle? And Eli is our best friend here, always working with us here. I also would like to welcome Director Chai to up front here, and also Carol and Katie, and our translator. We just have a little, can you go to the front there? We just have a little gift from the NCO for you. Yes, come up here. Yeah, just come up here to give everyone. And while we are giving this little gift from the NCO, we also would like to let you know, today not only the university working with us, we also had a collaboration with the co-sponsorship from the Ann Arbor Chinese, the TCML, Taiwan Center for Mandarin Learning. That's the Ann Arbor team, and also have a Southern Chinese school where Zhijia, back there. And also we have a Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce of Greater Detroit is also working with us, as well as the, a group of Meizhong Fenhui, Sihua. Okay, so we'd like to thank you for all of them to working with us. Would you like to take a photo with us together? So. And just on a side note, just to let you know, all these musicians actually had just arrived to Ann Arbor today at 2:30 p.m. So they are here, hour and a half later. Truly amazing.